Hi guys, welcome back to Mariah's Soapbox. Today we are in for a super treat because guess what? This girl right here I have known literally, how long have I known you? Half my life?
Basically, yeah. When I meet you, you was in 6th grade?
I was in 6th grade.
I was in 7th, yeah.
I had little ponytails that said I love Jesus at the top. With little hair and little limited to outfits.
Yes, definitely was rocking the limited to back in the day.
Now they call it justice, but you know, y'all get the...
You gotta be original. We don't do justice.
We don't do no justice. We do the limited too. That's a long time.
Very long time. Yep.
Dang, we've seen each other grow.
Yes. Through all stages of life, basically.
We were driving the bus together. Riding the bus together.
The struggle bus.
The struggle bus together. Not the bus. We ain't gonna do that. But we were definitely riding the struggle bus together.
Yeah.
And this one is the one who was literally here for my first YouTube video that I ever recorded. What was it? Getting to know me, or like the first questions about me or something like that. Mm-hmm. Literally my first video. Now this is like, I don't even know, my 20th video. But tell the world about yourself.
What's up, guys? I'm treating y'all like I'm coming on my channel, but hey y'all, I'm Zanice. And yeah, I don't really, what am I supposed to say about myself?
What do you do? My friend, my good sis, one of my best friends, she is actually a vlogger. That's how she was able to help me out with my channel. She has her own YouTube, so that's a lot.
So yes, y'all check out my channel, Zanice Ashley, on YouTube and on Instagram. And yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I'm super excited about this topic that we're gonna be talking about today.
Yes.
Because I am very much a huge HBCU advocate. So
yes.
I'm super excited about this topic.
Let's
and I'm glad you chose me to talk about it.
Of course, who else would I want to talk to about this? So y'all, today's topic is my HBCU experience, HBCU chat, HBCU talk. So I went to the Claflin University on the Hilltop High, founded in 1869. Okay, where did you go?
I went to the HBCU.
Where is that?
We set the standard. I went to the real HU.
The real? Who's the
Howard University. The real HU. Howard University in Washington, D.C. The Mecca, all of that. You know, it's Howard. So yes, I went to Howard University.
I ain't gonna lie, Howard is lit. Howard is lit, you know. She had a really nice time. Looks like Howard treated her pretty well and helped her in life. So for some of you guys who don't even understand what an HBCU is, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what I believe an HBCU is, and my good sis Zanice Ashley is gonna tell you what she thinks an HBCU is. So in my humble opinion, an HBCU is a historically black college and or university which was founded because once upon a time African Americans were not able to receive the same rights and receive the same educations as predominantly white people or people of other ethnicities. So we took it upon ourselves to create universities and colleges to make sure our people were well educated, and some of those universities and colleges still thrive and are living and are lit as hell today. You like that? I like that, okay?
What she said.
Basically what I said. So I want to know, like, what made you attend an HBCU?
For me, honestly, Howard was the only HBCU I applied to.
I remember that.
And it was just something about the energy. So I went on like a little college road trip tour the summer after my junior year of high school. So right before going into senior year, my parents were like adamant of us doing like college tours and just really, you know, feeling campuses out. And I kid you not, I went to a ton of different schools. Went to UNCG, Wake Forest, like a bunch of different college tours. But when I stepped foot on Howard's campus, no lie, like I just knew that's where I was going.
You felt
like it was no other option. I was like, yo, this is my school, this is where I'm going. I knew this before I even applied or anything. It was just something about the energy of the campus. And mind you, I went during the summertime, so it's not like it was a bunch of students on campus either. But it was just like the energy that I felt. I just was like, yeah, this is where I'm going. This is where I'm going to be. Point blank, period. And I feel like you get that with any HBCU.
Yeah.
Kind of like just the whole vibe, the energy, everything is just so like, not to be dramatic, but it's just very just like
family.
It feels like home. Like you feel like you know this is where you belong. This is like, okay, I know I will feel at home here, and that's basically how I felt when I toured Howard's campus.
It's like, have y'all seen a different world? Have y'all seen a different world? Have y'all seen them come to the stoop, come to the caf, you know, come together, be there for one another when they're all going through things, study together. They literally were like family. So if y'all don't understand what HBCUs are, that to me is a great example of what an HBCU is. But for me, I've always wanted to attend an HBCU. My parents both attended HBCUs. My mom, she went to Clarkuniversity in Spelman, which is located in the Atlanta, Georgia. And when she went to school, it was called the AUC Center. So it consisted of Clark, Morehouse, Spelman, and one of the other schools that is now shut down where they host AGP. Morris Brown.
Okay.
So that was the AUC Center. So she went there a long time ago, if you understand how long ago that was. So now they're clearly individual schools, but my dad went to Johnson C. Smith University, which is located in Charlotte. So I've been seeing that all along. My grandfather, he went to Howard University. There's a letter over there. He got his Juris Doctorate from there as well. So my family is well endowed when it comes to HBCUs. But to me, I chose Claflin because I knew I wanted to go to a top 10 HBCU. And I looked at all the schools, I toured all the schools. Some of the schools, I was like, wow, this is lit. But it's too big for me. Like, I feel like I wouldn't be able to really concentrate, or I wouldn't be able to really study. I wouldn't be able really to do the things I wanted to do. I know I could buckle down, but like, it was like, oh wow, this is here, this is there, that is there. I need like something in the middle. So, and my twin sister, she went to Hampton University, the fake HU. The fake HU, as they say. Howard and Hampton are rivals. You know, we love you, sis. But I was like, I don't want to go there because my sister's going there. So I toured all the schools, and for me, Claflin was small enough for me to be able to stay educated and focused. And they had a very strong history program. So if you don't know, my major was history, double major in history and political science. So I'm into politics and going to law school. Went to North Carolina Central University. So that's another HBCU. And I also went to a PWI, but for my undergraduate, I went to HBCU. But for me, Claflin was very small knit, very family oriented, and I feel like they would really help me when it came to my major and finding a job. And it was the best of both worlds. But I ain't gonna lie, as you already know, Claflin was in the country. There was nothing out there to do, there was no people to see. I had curfew, y'all, as a freshman. I had to be in my dorm by 11 o'clock, I think, on a weekday, and then 12 o'clock on the weekend. So now they living their best life. They got the baby and Megan Thee Stallion at homecoming, and they just twerking out on campus. When I was there, we had to have gospel artists or like Melanie Fiona and like those very gentle artists. But
not gentle.
That is what made me want to attend there. But my question for you is, being that you went to the Howard University,
yes,
was it really lit on the yard or what?
Duh. Listen, the thing about Howard, So Howard is in DC. So the best time for the whole yard experience is springtime. Listen, Howard in the springtime is undefeated. Like, wintertime is cold. If we gonna get some snow, it's cold. You know, you ain't really out there like that. But soon as that first like hint of spring, like the yard is just like lit. Everybody is out on the yard. Like, it's a struggle to go to class when the weather is nice at Howard.
Really?
That's just what it is. Like,
oh god,
you can take your blankets, go lay out on the yard, people just chilling. And then especially like first Fridays, that's when, you know, all of your Divine Nine people are out in the yard, you know, doing their thing. So honestly, Howard in the springtime is just like top tier, undefeated.
So was it like a fashion show in the yard in the spring, or is it like
it
going
definitely
to HBCU like it's a fashion show, or like what is it like? Cause
okay, I will say like your first couple years there, yeah, but by senior year you just like, okay, I don't really care, I'm here because I'm ready to go, you know. But definitely it is a, I'm not gonna say a fashion show, but it is a you come dressed, okay? It wasn't no real leggings and sweatshirts type of thing. Like, no, you came dressed.
You came with the pressed hair.
Yes, like faces beat, hair done,
8 in the morning,
outfits on point. You know, definitely like I say freshman, sophomore year, junior year maybe, and then like senior you just like I'm ready to get out of here. You know, I'm on my way out, so ain't no reason to stunt. But definitely those first few years are definitely like a little. So like heels to class. I don't know. I wasn't necessarily the heels to class girl, because one thing about Howard, we got them heels. Y'all got them heels. I couldn't do it. I went there for Centennial and I was like, them heels going up, woo. No. You're gonna break your neck walking in heels. Right. Your bundle's gonna fall down. It's not gonna work. As long as you were cute, put together, that it was a fashion show in that sense. But yeah, of course you had people who were definitely pumping at you know, pumping at 8 a.m. in their heels across the yard. And this was like, power to you, sis, okay? And if you don't lie, that was me freshman year. I had on the heels and my pearls clutched. Honey, I had my little sew in. I was Miss Freshman, honey. I thought I was somebody important, but I was not. And I was going to class dressed. If I have pictures of that, I will insert that right here of me as Miss Freshman at HBCU. It was real interesting. But yeah, it's such a great time. I don't know, I feel like it was a fashion show, especially if you were like an SGA, or some people call it not student government, but they call it like, yeah, it was student government at yours too. Yeah, student government organization, or if you ran for things at your school. Like, I feel like it became such a fashion show. But I feel like for people who are considering an HBCU, it is Black History Month. Happy Black History Month. I forgot to say it at the beginning of the video. Happy Black History Month. So for people who are considering your school, like, give us a little bit of history about it. What year was it founded? And is it private? Yes.
Or a public?
Howard is a private school. It was founded in 1867.
Before mine, huh?
Yes, 2 years before yours. Yes. Howard is really known for, especially like their medical school. We have a really good school of communications as well as an amazing school of business. I think our school of business is like one of the top 100 of all schools, PWIs included. So it's definitely a great school for whatever major you want to major in. I know for me, I majored in fashion merchandising and marketing, and that was another thing that really played a role in me choosing Howard. Is one, because they had my program, but also because of the special relationship that they have with the Fashion Institute of Technology. So my experience at Howard was a little different because Here's a clip of her at FIT. She was so cute, y'all. Yes, so my experience at Howard was a little different. So like I said, I majored in fashion merchandising, and with my major, I had the opportunity to go to FIT, the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York, for an entire school year. And with that, I was able to earn a degree from FIT as well as from Howard. So that was another thing that really played a huge factor in me choosing Howard, was being able to have that opportunity to go to a school, a PWI, that was primarily focused and really in the big city of New York that it's the fashion capital, you know, basically.
Right. It prepared
so it really prepared me for a lot of basically what I'm doing in my career now.
Yeah.
So that was a huge plus for attending Howard. That for me was just like I knew this is where I need to go.
Yeah.
So Howard definitely has a ton of different majors. It's overall just a really great school. So look into it and see if, you know, if that's something that you're interested in, seeing if they have your major, and just doing your research on what all the program has to offer.
So the real question is, I hear this all the time. We see it on Instagram all the time. Oh, you shouldn't go to a HBC because it's not going to prepare you for the real world. Have y'all seen those clips? I've seen them. Like, I have. But I feel like I'm doing pretty great in my life, you know? I'm not homeless. So, hey, do you feel like Howard prepared you for real life, what you're doing now in your career field?
Oh, absolutely.
Etiquette when you go out into the world and have interviews and...
Absolutely. That's one of the biggest things I cannot stand when people say, like, have anything negative to say about HBCUs.
Yes.
It's like, oh, they don't prepare you for the real world. Oh, there's white people in the real world. You're going to a school where everybody is black.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, I am going to a school where everybody that's black. That's just a plus.
Right.
Like, that's just an added bonus.
Right.
Don't ever say HBCUs don't prepare you for life. Don't prepare you for anything. One, look at our vice president. She went to the same damn school as me.
She sure did.
She went to the same school as me, walked the same halls as me.
Put some respect on her name.
So don't ever say any HBCU does not prepare you for life, because they do.
They do.
We sit at the same table, and if not in higher positions as our white counterparts sometimes. So you can't necessarily say the education route I took didn't prepare me to be here at the same position as you, because it did. That's just my...
People say that all the time, and I feel like when it comes to the world and experiencing certain things and getting at those tables that you're supposed to get at, I feel like my university definitely equipped me for that, because when you're at an HBCU, yes, you're around all black people, but I had all my life to be around people that don't look like me. So why not take 4 years out of my life to be with people, have discussion with people, have conversations, being enlightened and awoken basically by people who look like me, who understand what I'm going through, and just do that for 4 years, because I have my whole life to go through the pledging process of living in the world where people don't look like me. So why not become educated by people for 4 years who look like me, who understand what I understand, who value what I value, who go through the same things I go through. And all black people are not alike at HBCUs. You have the hippies, you have the preps, you have the people who are super woke and enlightened. And I feel like even at an HBCU, you can be educated upon certain groups within that HBCU, because we're all not alike.
It's so much. People think HBCUs lack diversity, but that's the thing. HBCUs are so diverse because you're getting Black people are not all the same. We are all not one. Okay, we have very similar lives and things like that, but we're not all exactly the same. So despite what you may think, you definitely do get a huge amount of diversity at HBCUs.
Yes, you do. And I hate people say that, because you have people who look totally different on campus. You have people who believe all different religions. Everyone's not Christian. We're Christian, Muslim, you know, who people believe in African ancestry. People who are just believe in, you know, worldly views of just different dialects, different languages, not all from America, from Europe, from everywhere, you know. So it's like, it's extremely diverse. I pledge Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, and I have a line sister who's not from America. She's at the back of my line, but she's not from America. So it's like, you know, people who also join sororities on my campus were not all black. There are people who also were of different ethnicities who joined. So different people, you know, the thing about black people in HBCUs, we welcome all people. And HBCUs were created because we were not allowed to join other institutions, but always, since we were created, others were able to enjoy and become educated at our institution. So I feel like that's just one of the beautiful parts of, like, becoming educated at an HBCU. But it's game time, y'all.
Oh Lord.
It's game time. It's game time. It's game time. Okay. So I have a little game, a little HBCU game, because that's just who I am. I'm the wild, not even the wild friend of the group, but the most random. think I might be the most random friend in the group. So I hid this little basket under my little chair. And each one of us are gonna put just one little question out here. We're gonna answer it. So these are random questions I asked on my social media that they wanted to know. And these are random questions I asked my friends and family that they had. And just some funny questions, you know. Just see if you really know your HBCU trivia. So if you have not been to HBCU, or if you're thinking about this one, we'll give you a little quick answers here for you. I'll let my guests go first, so you can go ahead and pick.
Gosh. Okay. What are the top 4 HBCUs?
Oh, that was the perfect question for her.
They are Spelman, Howard, Morehouse, and I believe Hampton is
that in that order?
I think that's the order.
Say it again.
Spelman is number 1.
Okay.
Howard is number 2. Morehouse is 3. And I believe Hampton is 4.
The fake HU.
The fake HU.
At least they made it.
They're up there. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So here I go. Am I cheating? Who is known for the best homecoming?
Oh.
I would just say 2.
Let's have this debate.
Is it okay?
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna say it,
answer
so I'll answer it.
Oh, okay.
And we can debate. So what the world says is GHO, greatest homecoming on earth. So that's from, what is it called? A&T?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Agricultural and technical University. Okay. So the A&T, their colors are blue and yellow. I believe blue and gold, maybe. Okay. So they're known for having the greatest homecoming on earth. But who really, like, who do you feel like has the greatest homecoming on earth?
I feel like they coined themselves that.
They did. That was
They
cute.
did.
That was a good branding strategy. Shout out to Karen Civil.
There's always a debate between Howard's homecoming and A&T's homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I've been to GHO.
You have been
Plenty of times.
Okay, so you surveyed the land.
I think it's just 2 different type of things.
Mm-hmm.
So like GHO, you can have a good time there even if you don't know anybody there. Like reasons why I feel like all of North Carolina goes to GHO.
Yeah.
You know, people who live in Greensboro but don't go to A&T, like they consider that as their homecoming too. Like so, you know, it's just like anybody who whatever can come to their homecoming and have a good time. With Howard, I feel like it's a little different.
Right.
Because it is in DC and you kind of have to know somebody who went to Howard, goes to Howard, has some type of affiliation with Howard to know, to tell you where to go, to like guide you along, to be with, you know, to be like, all right, we going here, 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 these are the moves. We ain't going there because they be tripping at that club, so we gonna go to this one. You know, like you have to have somebody who knows kind of like the ins and outs of what you need to be doing for homecoming. Right. So I think that's why some people feel like, who randomly just go to Howard's homecoming, they're like, yeah, it was cool, but I just didn't really know, like, you know, what the moves were, what to do, I was just trying to go with the flow. You can't do that.
You gotta have
you gotta know the flow. You know, you gotta
affiliation. You gotta get a certificate.
So I think that's where, like, kind of the difference is between the 2 homecomings. But of course, I'm gonna be biased and say Howard is the latest.
Do you really, even if you didn't go there, do you feel like Howard is the best homecoming on earth?
Yes.
Okay. All right. From what the video I've been to an A&T homecoming, it was cool. It was cool. I had a good time. It was alright. That's all I'm gonna say.
We're not hating on
We're not hating. A&T people,
don't come for us.
Stay out of the comments. Please, A&T people, stay out of my comments.
Don't come for us.
We
like
love
I
all of
said,
y'all.
I think y'all have a very fun, great homecoming as well. Yes. But I think it's just a difference of
Shout out to the Reds on the campus. Y'all took care of me with the food. Y'all have great grills out there. Great people, nice folks.
Yeah.
I don't know. You get to pick next.
All right. What HBCU was the majority of the Divine Nine founded at? That's another mark for Howard.
Another mark, okay. That was Howard.
Majority of them were founded at Howard. What is it? AKA Delta.
Hello.
Omega.
Yes. Shout out to my daddy. My
and
daddy
I think
is the
that's
brothers.
Is that it?
Yeah, I believe so. Because because Alpha was at.
Oh no, Zetas were
Zeta,
founded at Howard too. So 4, 4 out of the 9.
Yep, at an HBCU. So, where was Drumline Field? Where was Drumline Field? So, y'all, I don't even know these questions, so my mom typed these up from whoever gave them to me. So, I don't know the answers. Drumline was filmed at Clarkuniversity.
Yeah, I was about to say, it was in Atlanta.
At first, I thought it was A&T because they called the band A&T Clark.
Yeah.
They called the band A and something, which made me think it was A&T, but it was actually Clark Atlanta University, which is located in Atlanta, Georgia. So, yes, I got that right.
Interesting, yeah.
Okay, good. I was repressed, like, hold on. So, you're next.
Okay, the Marching 100 is the band name for what school? I have no idea.
I actually know that one.
Who?
FAMU. The Marching 100. They have one of the baddest bands, one of the baddest dancers. Like, their dance team is probably, honest to God, #1. If I can insert a clip right here, I might. If I don't, I'll put the link in the bio. But their band is lit. And if you have never been to the Battle of the Bands, they normally host it in Georgia, but I don't know if they still are able to host it because of COVID. But y'all who are thinking about an HBCU, to feel that glimpse of what it feels like to be on the HBCU campus, make sure y'all go hear some bands. Because the Marching 100, did y'all have a band at Howard?
Yes. Ours was the Showtime.
Showtime.
Showtime
It was
good. Yes.
Oh, that's yours. You're the next one, right?
No, I just picked
Oh, you
one.
did not. I just picked the answer.
Yeah. I didn't know that one.
Let's see. What school slogan is Aggie Pride?
Am I supposed to answer it?
Me.
Oh,
What
yeah.
school name is Aggie Pride?
Really?
No.
just
A&T.
I'm like, really?
A&T. Aggie Pride. A&T, girl, I was about to forget that one, honey. It's a mimosa. I'm sorry. Aggie Pride is A&T. A&T.
Yes.
Had to redeem myself.
What HBCU was founded in 1867? Mine. Howard University.
Let's see. What school's mascot is the Bulldog? That would be South Carolina State. And I believe, from what I know, the no, I lied. A&T is a dog. The Aggie is a dog, I believe. So the Bulldog would just be South Carolina State that I know of. Do you know any schools that have a Bulldog?
I have no idea. No.
What is y'all's mascot?
A bison.
What the heck was a bison?
A buffalo.
Y'all's mascot is a buffalo.
Yes.
Okay. So speaking of buffaloes, I don't know. That's just interesting. What would you say your fried chicken Wednesday was like at Howard?
So we didn't have the typical fried chicken Wednesday that most HBCUs have. We had what was called Soul Food Thursdays, which was basically like a fried chicken Wednesday. So you have all your soul food, fried chicken, mac and cheese, collard greens, all that type of stuff. So yeah, that was our fried chicken Wednesdays. It was Soul Food Thursdays. You know, we had to be a little different.
So we had fried chicken Wednesdays, fried fish Fridays, and both of them were a fashion show. And you would have to wear your heels, your best handbag, whatever you got in that closet, pull out that freakum dress, Beyonce says so. And you know, one fried chicken Wednesday, I just thought I was just so fine. Like, I just thought I was so importante that I walked up the stairs in the calf on fried chicken Wednesday with my heels on my bag and my dress.
Don't tell me you feel
and my bundles that was like 20 inches. And I tumbled down the stairs, y'all. I made a good rumble, and I was, to God, embarrassed. So after that, I was just like, I want to go to Pizza Hut and just not ever go back to the calf. You know what I'm saying?
You
you get that slow clap in the calf when somebody fall or when they drop their food. If you go to an HBCU, if you've been, y'all all know what I'm talking about. Did they do that in our school
Being
too?
grown.
That slow clap, like,
Being grown.
I don't know, but that was a really good memory. Do you have any like fond memories from Howard?
Oh my gosh, I have so many memories. Like, oh my gosh.
What's your fondest? Your best?
I That's hard to narrow it down. Like literally from the time I stepped foot on Howard's campus freshman week was lit. Like freshman week was definitely fun.
I don't even remember my freshman week.
No, because they make it like a whole experience. But probably other than freshman week, I will say Howard used to have, well, not Howard, but like a group of people at Howard used to have these bomb day parties. And I kid you not, one of the day parties, they broke the deck at the house. And I just vividly remember.
Wait, what?
Okay, so we were at a day party. It was at this house. And like, it was so many people. We were all in like this little like backyard type of thing. People, it was a DJ on the deck. I kid you not, the deck fell in. I think I have a video and I'll show it to you.
Wait, what?
Hands down, most memorable
Did somebody get hurt?
experience
Oh my god.
of my Howard career, because that, mind you, the day party was already just like
Was it lit? I miss those days.
If you went to Howard back in the day when I did, going to a D&D day party, D&D day parties used to be something else. And if you went when the deck fell in, you already know that was so crazy.
Did somebody get hurt?
Honestly, I don't know. But you just see people like the whole deck just go.
Oh my god. I feel like I had one experience like that at an Omega party where the roof, no, it was the second floor fell into the first floor.
Yeah, them college parties.
I was outside, so I was okay. I was minding my business, you know, getting a plate of food, so I didn't get hurt. That's crazy though. Like, would you say your homecoming was lit though?
Oh yeah.
Like for you?
How can I even forget that? The homecoming when Drake came out, the homecoming that changed everything, because homecoming ain't been the same since Drake came.
Oh, Drake from Canada.
Because it was a surprise. So that was my junior year. So
y'all have the best artists, I swear.
He came out wearing the Howard sweatshirt. I know y'all seen the memes with him with the red Howard sweatshirt on. We didn't know he was coming out for Yard Fest. So when he came, like, when I say bum rush, like, everybody bum rushed the yard.
I believe it, girl. I would too. I'll be right
and
out here
ever since then, they've tried to like police Yard Fest now because so many people got hurt and stuff.
Oh really?
But that was hands down the most epic homecoming. That was homecoming 2012. Yeah.
Oh my
god.
Like, I feel like homecoming for me was not crazy. I mean, I love the yard aspect of homecoming, like the food.
Yeah, y'all don't have a football team.
We don't have a football team. We have
like,
a basketball team, but we're right next door to South Carolina State. So the history of our school, real quick, is we were all one piece of land, but we donated our land to South Carolina State. So they have a football team, which literally is separated by a fence. So we would go to their game, so it wasn't hard to go to the game, but we didn't have our own. So we had like a basketball team, but it was super fun on the yard for like people who were in organizations or did something in the school or had really good friends, eating good food. Like, that was fun. We went to the game and it was definitely a show, but it was not like no Drake coming out there. I can't even tell you who came, honest to God. I don't remember. Chrisette Michelle came. I don't know. That's the best I can remember.
Not Chrisette Michelle.
I can't even tell y'all, to God, honestly, who came out there.
No, Yard Fest is definitely like the most like iconic, legendary event of Howard's homecoming, because one, it's free, so literally anybody could come, and you get like the biggest artists to come. So that's Yard Fest.
So one of my last questions is, how did you know the HBCU was for you?
Just to it kind of goes back to like what I said earlier. I just felt at home. I felt like this is where I knew I wanted to be. This is what I knew. I knew Howard was going to be the place where I could like be myself, find myself, and literally just become myself at the same time. You didn't lead the way you came in. Yeah, definitely going to an HBCU helps shape and mold you as a person. Because best believe they gonna try you. Your HBCU gonna try you. Oh my God. Honey, I walked in with a blowout, and I came with some good Brazilian Malaysian bundles. They'll let you know when you get there.
that you have to get it together.
Not even that, just like the whole, just, you know.
Your teachers will make you get it
yeah,
together.
it helps you build character. I will say that. You are definitely going to build character, build thick skin.
Write it again. That essay was a piece of shit. Write it again.
It's going to prepare you for the real world.
Yeah.
So I feel like just making that decision, and I always say this, like going to Howard was one of the best decisions I could have ever made for myself. And it's crazy that we were 18 making those decisions, like making those college decisions. Like, because you know, some people unfortunately aren't as lucky, and they don't like the school that they chose, so they end up transferring and stuff like that. For me, I didn't have that problem. So going to my HBCU was just the best thing for me. And I know, like, compared to you, like, I don't come from a family of HBCU alumni, you know? So for me, this is like starting my legacy. I want my children to be able to go to an HBCU. They don't have a choice.
Will they be going to Howard?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. Yes.
You know, I would prefer if they go to Howard, but if they want to go to another one, it's okay.
Right.
So, you know, I want my child or my children to go to HBCUs because I want to build that legacy. You know, you grew up going to different HBCU college campuses and stuff like that. You know, my family's from up north. All of my family's from New York. Yeah. So, you know, HBCUs aren't very prevalent up there. So I didn't have that experience of going to HBCU homecomings and stuff growing up, but I definitely want that for my children. I want them to know, like, you know, this is us. You know, this is us. This is where you can be completely 100% yourself, as well as get an amazing education and know that the sky is the limit. You know, you can do whatever you want. Don't let anybody tell you going to an HBCU is not going to prepare you, because it will. So yeah,
I feel like I definitely only and always have wanted to go to an HBCU because I feel like I wanted to be around people who looked like me. And yes, I do want my kids to go to an HBCU. I'll let them go to any HBCU as long as it's an HBCU. Will they be able to pledge anything but Delta? No. That's another discussion. Only Delta Sigma Theta, sorority incorporated. But will I allow them to go to Howard? Of course. Will I let them go to Hampton? Sure. Will I let them go to Tuskegee or FAMU? Most definitely. I want my daughter to go to an HBCU. I want my son to be able to go to an HBCU. I want them to run that yard, be able to join organization, be able to enjoy themselves, be around people that are like-minded like them, have people that are genuinely interested in them and are able to invest in them, because I like my college professors literally would knock on my door if my assignment was not turned in. Email me, girl, you did not come to my office hours, what's going on? And I feel like they hold you accountable for who you are, and you tell them what your goals are. Hey, I want to make a 4.0, I want to go to law school. And I feel like all my professors walked me to that goal, and they were not going to let me not achieve everything I wanted to do. So I feel like those are one of the biggest things for me going to my HBCU, for going to HBCU period. And I would say, y'all, again, happy Black History Month. Yeah. This is the first topic. I definitely feel like I'm going to do an HBCU Talk Part 2. Maybe have a panel. I don't know if you want to come back on. Yes. Yes. And I feel like this is something that we need to educate our people on. People need to know about those schools. Like, of course, Duke is great. Of course, Cornell is great. You know, I have some family that went to those schools. But I feel like we need to also make sure we always give back to our HBCUs, invest in our communities because they invested in us, support Black business, you know, support Black people, period. You know, when you mentor people, become a mentee, you know, receive knowledge from someone. So I feel like that can be our challenge for 2021. We've all had a hard year, but I love this discussion on HBCU Talk.
I do too.
This was so fun.
I love it. I can talk about HBCU.
This feels like this could be a podcast. I don't know, but I love discussing anything Black.
Yes.
So, if you guys have not followed my good sis, what's your social media and your YouTube, everything?
You guys can subscribe to my channel. It's Zenise Ashley, and follow me on Instagram. Same thing, Zenise Ashley. And yes, thank you so much for having me. I definitely enjoyed this discussion. And yeah.
I didn't have any other choice because it's the best topic to even have, best person to have this topic with. So if you have not followed my Instagram, it is Mariah, M-A-R-I-A-H _ live, L-I-V-E _ the number 5. That's my live name too. Came from the HBCU. Probably change my channel's name soon. We'll see. It might be Mariah's Soapbox soon. But Also, my travel channel, which a lot of you guys actually reach out to have me do podcasts, is Mariah's Soapbox. No, not Mariah's Soapbox. Mariah's Travel Guide _ So Mariah's MARIAHS Travel Guide _ So if you have not followed those, please make sure you do. And clearly, if you have not subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. You need to go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Like, I don't even understand what you're doing. You're just not doing what you need to do. Just subscribe. But thank you guys so much for tuning in today, for listening to us. We enjoyed you guys so much. We appreciate you listening all the way till the end of this video. It was imperative. We love y'all. Follow and support us. Thank you so much. Look at our shirts, you know.
You know.
You know, okay. All right, see y'all later. Bye.